Here are 7 copy convert headline formulas you can use on just about any page on your site to increase your conversions. So timestamps below, along with some other helpful links and resources, including a link to our copywriter playbook that has all these formulas and more to help you with your bullet points and of course the rest of your landing sales pages, upsells, downsells, whatever page you're working on that needs more conversions. So we'll kick things off with a quick exercise that you have to do. And of course, before we write our headline, we need to know who the headline is for, what results they're after, and what roadblocks are in their way, whether they know they're in their way or they're just perceived and it's not actually holding them back. So here's an example of what this exercise could look like. Just spend 15, 20 minutes writing out all the results and roadblocks of your ideal customer, and then you'll be good to go. So the first formula we have is the classic how-to. We have how to result without roadblock, how to result even if, and how to break roadblock even if other roadblock. So the difference between without and even if is an internal and external roadblock. So even if is something that's in their mind or is in their immediate experience, right? So this is going to be a mindset or some sort of experience thing. Whereas without is some external factor that is preventing them from being successful. So sticking with our example of someone who's trying to grow a YouTube channel, here's what some of the headlines could look like. Now, don't worry, I won't read through every single example. You can always pause, timestamps below. So let's go ahead and start with the first one because it's very basic. How to grow your channel, which is the result they want, without getting lots of views, which is a roadblock, right? Now, I'm not quite sure how you grow a channel without getting tons of views, so we do need to make sure that it is realistic, but we can also point to the fact in whatever we're offering that you don't have to get as many views as you thought to actually grow your channel, because sometimes it's just about getting more subscribers per view than just trying to blast out to everyone, right? So then jumping down a few here, how to get more views to your videos without paying for views. So some small channels might think, wow, the only way I can do this is if I pay for ads or pay for one of those blackout services to fake views, right? So as you can see with all of these different headlines, we are speaking to a specific result that our ideal customer wants, and then we're also removing a pain point, a roadblock, whether it's real or perceived, that they think is preventing them from getting that result that they want. And you can use these on just about any type of page. I really like using the how-to formula for landing pages. Now, the next one we have here is going to be the way to. And so we have the power word, way to result without roadblock. And here's a list of power words. As you can see, they're just some words that add a little bit of oomph to whatever you're talking about. And they're not necessary for the headline, but they do just make it a little more powerful. So here are our examples. We have the fastest way to improve your video quality without refilming, or jumping down, the easiest way to collaborate with bigger channels without thousands of subs, right? So again, all we're doing is speaking to a result that our ideal customer wants here, and then removing any roadblock or something they think is getting in the way. And as of course you can see here with these power words, it's very easy to switch them out, right? So you'll just use the power word that makes the most sense for your situation. And next we have how any. So with this particular one, we have how any prospect can now result without roadblock. Now, hopefully these are getting a little repetitive by this point, but as you can see, these are subtle differences, and you'll be surprised how one version works really well for one offer and then just bombs with the other. So you definitely don't want to always assume that one type of headline is going to work for every single offer that you have. So for our examples here, we have how any video creator with 5K subs or more, or we have new YouTuber or YouTube entrepreneur. So you can see with each one of these examples, we're using a different label for essentially the same person. But the more specific you can be here, the better, because copy that speaks to everyone winds up connecting with no one. I try and say that every time we have a copywriting guide. And that's simply because the more specific we can be with who this is for, generally the better our conversion rates are going to be, because someone's going to read that and go, oh, that is me. I'm a video creator with less than 5,000 subs. And it's okay that anyone who has more than 5,000 subs or less than is going to look at this landing page and go, oh, that's not me. That's okay, because they're obviously not going to be a good fit for our offer, and we can always offer them something else in the future. So this next one works really well if you've achieved a result that your ideal customer wants. And so this is the allowed us, me, or them to. So we have the mechanism that allowed me to result, and then we have the mechanism that allowed a prospect to result. So here is a list of mechanisms. As you can see, they're just different ways of giving a name to some part of our offer or the offer itself. And so jumping into our examples here, we have the integrated creation framework, we have a blueprint, we have a weird video campaign, we have 3 things. So this first one, the integrated creation framework that allowed me to cut my editing time in half, we could have just as easily said editing hacks, tips, tricks, secrets, but instead we're giving our technique, method, strategy a name and calling it an integrated creation framework, creating some curiosity around what it is. This is also something that you're going to want to do a lot with your bullet points as well. So link in the description to our copywriter playbook that goes through all of these and has the full list of different mechanisms and power words you can use for your own headlines. So moving along here, we have in just, and so this is awesome. I really like doing this for landing pages. And we have how to result in the next time frame, even if roadblock, or how any identify the prospect can now result in just time. So hopefully these are getting a little repetitive, so we'll just jump into the examples here. And these headlines work really well if your offer, whether it's free or paid, gives your prospect or potential customer the opportunity to achieve something or break a roadblock way faster than everything else, right? So if your main selling point is this is really fast, then these types of headlines are going to work really well. Obviously, if we can't be that fast or it's going to take an unreasonable amount of time, then we just need to focus on a different aspect of our offer to try and grab attention and drive action. Now, this next one is going to be a combination of everything that we just did, and this is X steps. So we could have hacks, steps, tricks, secrets, ways, lessons, and of course, ideas. So if we zero in on what's actually different here, as you can see, we've taken a lot of elements from the other types of headlines that we've created, and we've given a number. Now, these numbers 3, 5, 7, 9, 12, 17, 21, 37, it generally works better if you have an odd number. The only exception to that rule is 12. For some reason, we really like 12, but after that, odd numbers tend to work better from a conversion perspective. And then you can see here that you can just swap out if you don't want to get really fancy with what you're calling, whatever it is that you're offering. We have hacks, tricks, tips, secrets, lessons, ideas, and of course, ways again. And this is something that, of course, you'll want to test. And this is just another style of headline. Again, you want to try out all of these. You're going to go through this process and find one that just really calls out. You're like, that's the one that I should start with, right? And then you're going to run your testing and find the one that you think was the worst, for some reason performs the best. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. That happens to be all the time. Now, our 7th one is going to be plus more. And this is technically going to be a subheadline. But if you want the headline of whatever your page is to be the name of your offer, like let's say we have a video creator webinar, right? So if we call it video creator webinar, then we could use these subheadlines as a way to explain or expand upon the benefits or the results that are being delivered or the roadblocks that are being broken. So here's our final set of examples here. Of course, I'll let you pause if you want to read through them more. And of course, you can combine multiple headlines and subheadline formulas. And this last one, get the complete channel growth blueprint so you can make 2020, whatever year it is, your breakout year, is a awesome subheadline that works in just about any niche or industry. So just swap out whatever it is that you're offering for channel growth blueprint, and you have a awesome subheadline that works with just about any of the headlines that we've already talked about. And if you want to learn more about copywriting, you want all of these headlines written out for you so you can easily go through and swap out the formulas. Link again in the description to our copywriter playbook that has all of these headlines and also goes through how to make benefit statements and bullet points and actually structure out your landing and sales pages. So thank you so much for watching. Sincerely hope you have at least one idea. If you don't have one idea for a headline, I've completely failed. You can let me know in the comment section below. Hit that like button, grab that sales copy playbook, and subscribe. And until the next, keep building the business you love.